What's up, YouTube? YouTube and all the podcast people. Today we have a very special guest, man. We got the number 3 HBCU DJ in the nation, one of the hottest niggas ever, hustler of the century for real. No caps official DJ. Nigga done DJ for Puma, Under Armour. He DJ'd for Diddy in a Death Row shirt. I don't know, special niggas. But today we got the one, the only.
Hey, Rico.
DJ Ricoveli.
What's happening, my dog?
Hey man, how you feeling?
I'm good, man. Appreciate you for having me, dog. Very, 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 very excited to be here with you, man. I think this is great what you're doing, bro, for sure. Like, definitely glad I can be a part.
For sure, man.
And,
for sure.
I'm excited, man. What's good?
Hey man, so I'm gonna get a little bit of your background, and you can break down. You can break down that. I know you from Clinton, North Carolina, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, you from Clinton, North Carolina, but you moved to Fayetteville in 7th grade, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, for sure.
Boy did the research, ain't it?
boy, we do research over here, man. So,
okay.
So tell me a little bit about your transition from Clinton to the slightly bigger city of Fayetteville, and how Fayetteville affected you as a person.
Yeah, so I was born in Clinton, North Carolina, Samson Regional Hospital. And shoot, real small town, man. Really wasn't really there, like much there for me to do for real. Dirt roads and dope boys. You feel me? Like, that's what it come down to, man. Real country place. You know what I'm saying? Real, like, very small town mindset. You feel me? Like, some people have done some great things that came from, you know what I'm saying, Clinton, and like really went off and done amazing things. But honestly, that's like real, very rare. You feel me? Like, so I say all that to say, fast forward, I stayed in Clinton from my early youth all the way up until maybe like, 7th grade. It was like 2 different schools that I was out there. Clinton, it's like Clinton schools, and then I was at this other school called Union, where I played ball and did some other things. But it was cool, man. I mean, like, that's where I was really just bad as hell, though. You feel me? Because I ain't really had no positive influences. So I was running with my gang members and doing all that. And then fighting, getting in trouble at school, bro. Like, just stupid stuff, bro. Like, stuff that really just don't speak to the character that I kind of uphold today. You feel me? Like, it's a path I had to get away from. But that was my environment, bro. That was my norm. You feel me? Like, and mind you, the guys I ran back in the day, like, we still cool to this day. But a lot of them, like, in jail, bro. Like, locked up for real. Like, I got homies fighting murder cases, bro. Like, I got homies who done did, you know what I'm saying? Like, went off and just really, like, went left field with it. But
XYZ.
and they them still my partners, bro. We come from the same shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, only difference between them and me is I eventually found my way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Early on, we was all in the same boat, you feel me? As we grew up, though, I kind of had to figure that shit out on my own and just really understand what life was about, and it wasn't that, you feel me? Like, it wasn't at any point, like, and I mean, I always understand, like, it can always get back to that. It can't always get to that. But, like, yeah, you just got to choose differently, bro. Like,
All right.
you feel me?
So every time I talk to you, you talk about the importance of black male educators in your life. Can you give me a little bit on that?
Yeah, in fact. So that kind of goes hand in hand with me first moving to Fayetteville. So when I first moved to Fayetteville, bro, like, mind you, in Clinton, like, the school system is very, very, like, white. Let's just be honest. Like, from the teachers to, the educational structure itself, like, it's all historically white. And so when I moved to Fayetteville for the first time, I was introduced to black education. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about, like, black principals, black teachers, like, all of that. You know what I'm saying? And basically, like, it shook me up, bro, because, like, for the first time I had black male educators in my life who, like, really cared about me and could, like, pour into me as a man. You feel me? Like, when you got a white man or a white woman telling you how to be a black man, you're not going to be as receptive to that knowledge or that information. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so with that being said, let me put this on Do Not Disturb just so
You straight, bro. Busy man over here, bro. You probably getting a business call right now.
Nah, bro. But now I say all that to say, bro, like it definitely just opened my eyes and gave me different perspective because I finally felt like I had someone I could look up to and I saw myself in them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. So with those black male educators, I know you want to be an educator yourself and you want to open schools and stuff. So talk about that a little bit for me.
Yeah, actually, I have a very, very strong interest in education. It's a weird relationship because I mean, like being passionate about education and liking school
Are two different
two
things,
totally different
boy.
things. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I kind of like battle that kind of little contradicting point right there. But essentially, though, I would say, shoot, like, yeah, it's gonna happen, bro. Like, I'm definitely looking at ways to um, build infrastructures of education that speak to young individuals like myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I I never really did terrible in school. You know what I'm saying? I always did fairly well. I was always, academically gifted student. I stood out. You know what I'm saying? I just made it happen. As I got older though, and my interests began to kind of like mature and stuff like that, like I began to realize that like where my head was at and what school was teaching me just wasn't in the same playing field. You feel me? Even now at Morehouse, I struggle with that. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all see what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like
I feel you.
I'm a sociology major. You know what I'm saying? So that just kind of tells the wide range of my interests. But I say all that to say, like, yeah, I definitely want to create schools, of the arts and schools that cater to students who have creative abilities that, reading and writing don't always necessarily, that's not the ins and outs of their interests. And it's not necessarily going to be something that college might be able to offer them. It might be something that, you know what I'm saying? So I really want to help students, find their way into an interest that's going to help them become entrepreneurs, business owners, that's going to allow them to monetize their own personal branding and their own personal talents. Like I've been blessed to be able to do myself, you feel me? So really, man, I want to speak to those kids who just, they don't want to be doctors and lawyers. They don't want to work a regular 9 to 5. Nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5. Nothing wrong with having a job, like an actual job. I support that, you know what I'm saying, for sure. But, for some of us, our interests range just a little further, and we believe in ourselves just a little bit more. And what educator, what teacher, what school should rightfully tell those kids that they shouldn't believe in themselves that much and they aren't as talented as they know they are. You feel me? Like, we need more schools that's going to speak to those kids and uplift them.
I feel that. All right, so you've worked with a lot of people over the years. So you work with John Wall, you work with Dennis Smith, you work with Diddy, of course. You work with No Cap. I've seen you do interviews with David Banner, stuff like that. So is there anyone you've met along the way that knew you? Killer Mike too. He worked with Killer Mike too. But you've met people along the way. Is there anyone along the way that you met that it was like, damn, I never thought I'd be in this situation where I'd be in the same room with whoever it is? And who was that person?
You know what's crazy? It's a person that was before any of those people. Steve Harvey.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, 2017 Disney Dreamer of the Year. We're going to get into that. Because this brother talking shit. But he must be able to write because you had to write like 5 essays to get to
I'm an excellent writer,
though.
You know what's crazy? Like, for a long time in my college career, I only got A's on papers. Like, when we had English class together with Ms. Weeks and all that, like, I never got anything less than an A on any paper in her class particularly. I was all A's, like, on papers. Like, I'm talking about, like, I'm nice with the verbiage. But I say all that to say, man, back to your question, a person who really just touched me by just knowing anything about me, just being able to recite my name, you know what I'm saying? Like, Mr. Steve Harvey at the Disney Dreamers Academy, bro. It really did something for me. One, that was just such a phenomenal time in my life where I actually was at the first time receiving, a confirmation from the universe that I was headed in the right direction and that my belief in myself was equating to something outside of my hometown, outside of my high school where I served as SGA president in football. And you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you become so oversaturated in one space. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, well, am I really gonna, be the same? Am I gonna have the same impact if I take this over here, or if you put me in the room with people who, like one thing my old teacher used to say, especially about me coming tomorrow. She said, right now you a big fish in a small pond. She said, but when you go to Atlanta, you're gonna be a small fish in a big pond.
What's her name? What's your teacher name?
Miss Stevens.
Okay, for
Yeah,
sure.
so Miss Stevens, shout out to Miss Stevens, man. Miss Stevens was my SGA advisor. She was my history teacher in high school. She taught me Avid, so that like she actually prepared me for even the idea of going to college, bro. Honestly, she just did so much, and even to this day, bro, our relationship still holds so much weight. I speak so highly of her, and really, it's an entire community of people at my high school. Miss Walker, Mr. Brown, Miss Chalmers, my former principal, bro. Like, it was so much love and support in that space, bro. Like, I real life had aunts and uncles there. But I'm still getting away from your question, bro. Steve Harvey, right? So, it was the day that I was named Dreamer of the Year. So, while I was there, of course, and I mean, I don't want to spoil too much of the moment of DDA because I think you said you was going to get to that. But just this one particular instance with Mr. Harvey himself.
No, you can go as far as you want, bro.
Just to give some insight on what Disney Dreamers Academy is, Steve Harvey, Essence Magazine, and Disney Dreamers, and Disney get together each year and they host 100 students from across the nation. That particular year in 2017, they had about 10,000 people apply. Only 100 of us got accepted. And out of that 100, they award 6 students with different awards that speak to the 5 C's of Disney, which I always mess them up, so I hate to recite them. But they speak to things like character, curiosity, etc. Right? And then the Disney Dreamer of the Year is the person who exemplified all of those characteristics. And so I was just so humbled and blessed to just have that opportunity, have my mom out there on her first flight, and on my first flight as a conscious, adult. I had only flown as a baby, so I didn't really count. Our first flight together for real, it was just such a meaningful moment. But it wrapped up basically after I got my award. Mr. Harvey came up to me. He knew who I was. He knew I wanted to go to Morehouse. He knew some other aspirations of mine. And that right there is the moment when I realized just how real, this thing can get, just how really how real God worked for real. Because at the end of the day, like, I'm just a kid from Clinton, North Carolina, a town that ain't got but one high school. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, but I'm here in a room with Mr. Steve Harvey, and out of 10,000 applicants and 100 to be accepted, he knew about who I was. His team had been coming back to him talking about this kid, and like, you feel me? Like, he knew so much about me. I could just tell that it was genuine and that it had been adamant conversation around just my presence that weekend, and like that right there really just spoke to me, bro. Because like I said, that was my first time, being in a room with such notable and respectable guests like Mr. Steve Harvey and just everybody else I can name, Mr. Jonathan Sprinkles, another motivational speaker, Princeton Parker. Man, the list goes on, bro. Man, we had so many people. Cam Newton was there. Bro, it was crazy. But I say all that to say, like, him being able to just speak to me and just speak to just my character, knowing what I wanted to do in life, and just having, you know what I'm saying, that prior knowledge that kind of made him want to come and talk to me. Like, I was like, yeah, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the first time that I was like, okay. I think, honestly, after that, that's why I'm so comfortable now in the room. You put me in any celebrity. Like, the first person who really made that spark in me like that was Steve Harvey. You can't really top, like, you know what I'm saying? And then I've now DJ for Diddy. So it's like,
yeah. So to speak to that, so you've worked with so many people. Who's one person you want to work with that you haven't got a chance to yet?
So many, bro.
Like,
so many.
Who's your? Give me a top 2 or 3.
DJ Drummer. I think that's somebody that's within reach, that like he ain't too far removed from the game. Like, he's like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. 10 toes in the game, still getting active, you feel me? So DJ Drummer for sure, man. That's one of my biggest inspirations. Definitely somebody I aspire to kind of work and grow towards, and then especially being with the AUC connection, like, I just know that like my impact and what I'm about to do in the music industry, he's gonna be able to, it's gonna resonate with his. You feel what I'm saying? Sure. And so that's always a major inspiration. Man, honestly, man, everybody. Like, I want to work with everybody, bro. Like, that's my thing. Like, I'm all about collaboration.
The political answer, you see.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, I really want to work with everybody, bro, for real. Because I mean, also at the same time, it's like I never know who I'm actually going. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the phone call might hold tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like at the same time, it's like, shoot, I'm really open to whoever ready to work, whoever trying to work for real. But just as far as like my personal aspirations, of course, Diddy was one of them. Cross that off my list. DJ Khaled, I would love to work with Khaled just to pick his brain on some, you know what I'm saying, DJ, music, mobile type thing, prospective executive producer. Um, Man, there's so many people, dog.
You gave me two. You gave me drummer. You gave me Khaled.
Khaled, I'd say another one would be Rick Ross. Cause Ross, he just so cold in the game, bro. He's so.
I mean, Ross stay right down on old Nat. We can get in there.
I mean, I'm sure we can, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and jot new name and see if somebody see this, and we can make it happen. But nah, for real, definitely can see myself doing something with Ross, man. Just cause he got that real boss mentality, and he know how to, you know what I'm saying, not only monetize the game, he know how to have ownership in this shit. You know what I'm saying, and that's really the end goal for real. Master P. If I could work with Master P, if I could throw anybody else on that list for sure, no doubt about it, Master P, bro.
Yeah, No Limit was a movement, bitch.
I'm telling you, bro.
So we talking right now about connections and people you want to work with. So I remember when you first when you were campaigning to work with No Cap, you saw a picture of him beside your pool. So talk about that and how that came to fruition.
Facts, it's crazy. So the actual backstory on this No Cap situation, right? So I actually met No Cap. So let me rewind back. I had just heard about No Cap and like kind of got hip to his music a couple months before that happened. My homie was telling me like, "Yo, bro, it's a new kid, like the back end child. He from Alabama. He going crazy. Woo woo. Like, bro, if you like, bro, you should tap in with him. You should tap in with him. Like, he be in Atlanta. Woo woo. Like, all right, cool. You feel me? So just so happened one day, he come to my pool party. So he came to my pool party. The birthday bash I did.
Rico De Mayo's tickets on sale right now.
It's coming soon. You feel me? It's on the way.
On the way.
What I was finna say? No Cap. He had came to the party. Like I still wasn't as familiar with him. I'm not actually DJing the party. We just got some music playing on the speaker. So
we almost got kicked out that day, bro.
Yeah, it was so much going on, bro. And then it's my birthday, so I'm lit. Like you feel me? So so much was going on. So him and his entourage, they pop out. And like I said, I don't mind it. You feel me? I don't even pay no mind. Like, it's so many people there that I didn't expect to be there as it is. Jacquees made an appearance. Like, it was crazy. So for me at the time, I was just so teed and just so caught up in the moment. I didn't even really take the time to really, like, tap in with bro. You feel me? And so other people were telling me, like, hey, bro, play Ghetto Angels, play Ghetto Angels. Woo. I'm like, yeah, throw it on. Like, I'm not even on the aux. I don't give a fuck. Like, it's my birthday. Whatever y'all play, I'm going to turn up to. We having fun. Woo-woo. Like, I'm just happy.
That was a fun day, bro.
That shit was crazy, bro. And so fast forward, I'll never forget. So the end of the pool party, we moved everybody to, like, a little kickback, which it was in my homie apartment in the building. So they were asking, Cap were asking, like, yo, like, what's the info to the room? Like, we're going to come up. But, me just being who I am, like, nah, like.
That's a bunch of niggas that you don't know.
Like, I'm like, bro, we trying to get the females taken care of. We'll fuck with y'all when we fuck with y'all. Like, it was one of them. But it was also because I didn't really know them. Like, just being, like, that's just goddamn cold. You feel me? Like, I don't really know y'all boys like that. Y'all
I don't want
deep
y'all in my
hell.
spot.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was just a disconnect. You know what I'm saying? Like, we wasn't even all the way tapped in for real. So, it was just, like, little shit like that. But, mind you, also, I'm so teed. Like, all I know is I'm finna have a house full of women. You know what I'm saying? When I get there, like, that's all I was thinking about at the time, bro. And so, I kind of pushed him off and shit. Never came back and got him. Like, hey, I'll be right back. Never came back. Went back to the apartment. And then, so fast forward that he had made a post on Instagram basically just saying that, like, yo, like, I'm looking for a DJ, woo, woo, woo. And I just remember, like, and it happened so, like, rapidly. Like, I don't even remember, like, how or why it happened that fast. But I'll say this, like, I made that post and motherfuckers went crazy. Like, if I didn't know that I was supported up until that moment, that was one day when I knew motherfuckers was rocking with me.
We was sharing that motherfucker,
like,
commenting all type of shit, boy.
Like, it was to a point to where, like, when he DM'd me back, we finally linked up, got to talking, he was like, boy, I couldn't not see the shit. Like, he was like, I couldn't help but to see that shit. He was like, it was just so everywhere, from reposting and tagging him to commenting on his post, tagging him to comment on my post, tagging him. Like, it was just OD, bro. And folks really went crazy with that shit. So, nah, that was probably the first point in my career where I finally could, like, see my support in front of me. Like, damn, like, these folks came out and really goddamn was moving this shit.
All right, so that's how the no cap connection work is how do your other connections end up happening? Like I know you DJ the John Wall tournament, and I know you DJ for Diddy. So like, how does stuff like that happen?
Relationships, bro, for real. Like, I manage myself. You feel me? I don't got no manager. I don't really got no team, for real. It's to the point where, like, I only have a team when I need them. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like, funny shit, but, like, I ain't finna take up all y'all time. Most of the shit that I can do on my own, I'm gonna do on my own. And the other shit, you know what I'm saying? So that's just pretty much that. Most of the time when I get, you know, some bookings, bro, they just either hit me on Instagram, they might shoot me an email. Like, it's really just me staying abreast and just, you know what I'm saying, trying to stay up on my communication as much as possible. Because, shit, the least you communicate, the least money you going to make. You know what I'm saying? So that really just be the thing, bro. Just staying up on relationships. When the opportunity presents itself, I always try to be prepared. That's the only way to be successful. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much that, bro. Like the John Wall tournament, I had done some basketball tournaments in the past. It just kind of built up into it. You know what I'm saying? I went from being kind of like the secondary DJ at this one tournament. They brought another DJ in from like the local radio station. And the next year, they never brought him back.
Like, you tore his ass out the frame, boy.
You feel me? Like, just listen like that. I had to work into the moments, though. Like, it was me being the second DJ, then finally being the first DJ to then, okay, damn, now they hit me for Baller's Life. They hit me for Hoop Nation, Hoop State Network, and John Wall and shit. So it just kind of grew up into it, bro. And it's like, it's always crazy because a lot of times whenever you do massive shit like that, they don't see the smaller events that led up into that. They don't see them.
Boy,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me?
I saw your ass when it was 5 girls in the club, and that was it, boy.
Nah, for real, no cap, though. But I'm just saying, like, it just be funny how shit work like that. But, like, it's really just that consistency, bro. And just, like, I had to do them 5 people in a room.
So,
and them
talk about that for me. Talk about your growth from DJing in your room in LLC to where you are now.
Man, it was crazy, man. I remember just talking to my roommate, Smooth, like, bro, like, I'm gonna be the biggest fucking DJ to come out this bitch. And he was like, all right. You know what I'm saying? He just like, all right. And I just kept doing that shit, bro. And, like, it started, like I said again, bro, it's about who you know in your network, bro. This shit started for me before I even came to Morehouse. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was tuning in with Dose and whoever else was running the yard at the time. I was just tapping in with them early on so that when I came in, the relationship was there. I was already good on the face card. Now it's just about me coming through, executing, handling my business. You feel me? And so when I came in, my goal was, and most people don't even know, the earliest group chats for the Spell House 21, I made them hoes myself. No cap. Me, my boy John Beatty, my homegirl who ended up going to Hampton, and I can literally name like 10, 15 folks right now in our class who was a part of this chat who can vouch and say, yeah, Rico definitely put me on that chat, or he was definitely one of the first people in there. They didn't even know I had like stamped that whole shit. We were juniors in high school. You feel me? So I've been plotting on this shit, bro, before I could apply to Morehouse. I was already deep into my networking game because I knew like I was gonna do what I had to do to get here.
Touchdown and cause hell.
You feel me? I was gonna do what I had to do. So I say all that to say, bro, like my growth, like it started back from them conversations and them relationships that was built at that point in time, because those became, you know, people who came out and paid bread to get into these parties and came out and supported it. Like, you feel me? All that. Reposted a flyer, like whatever the case might have been. Like, those are the people who became my audience, you know what I'm saying, and my folks. So it really, man, coming in for real started with me just networking, started hosting events and stuff like that. I remember, like, as LLC president, we did a fight night whenever Floyd fought McGregor.
Yeah.
We did a fight for that, man. I never forget, man.
Niggas have been on campus like 2 months. Them niggas was teed, boy.
Bro, I tell you, bro, we was doing olive branch after parties and all type of shit. Like, I was so plugged in, bro. I had homies who stayed off campus as a freshman. I'm the only person on campus with a car as a freshman. Got my wheels. Like, it was, bro, it wasn't shit you couldn't tell me, bro.
Oh,
like,
God, boy, I knew Rico was the shit. Boy, I saw this nigga Rico in a blue 3-piece suit with a big-ass golden feather on the lapel. This nigga was walking like he was the shit because he knew he was. Nigga, NSO week, NSO week is like the opening week of Morehouse before classes even start. This nigga Rico in front of LLC giving speeches about YFN Lucci. Like, we just left Dr. Martin Luther King International Chapel. Listen to them talk about hundreds of years of people Lucci dropped the song 2 months ago, and Rico dropping, quoting it, and just out there with an audience, just talking that shit, bro. Like I saw the glow on Rico early, and like this nigga done really stepped into that shit. That's why I support this nigga all the time, bro.
Nah, I definitely appreciate that, bro. And just even in what you just said, that just speaks also to the growth of just like my personal development, my personal character. Because coming in, like who you see is DJ Ricoveli now, you know what I'm saying? It might be like it's just a total 180. You feel me? Like, but it's still me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all still me. Like back then, it was on a normal day you would catch me in a 3-piece suit, no cap.
Oh God,
matching down to the socks, like no kids, you like putting it on. And then as I started DJing, I just started wanting to be more comfortable. So I started like dressing down a lot more and just really sweatpants, shorts. Like I like to be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about. You know, I ain't no brand whore. You feel me? Like, that's just me.
I
like,
feel that.
I want to be comfortable. It is what it is. I'll pull up to the party in some balling shorts if I feel like it. I done did it before.
Yeah. Nigga, Rico, the only big nigga you know in that bitch DJing with no shirt on, boy.
I done did it.
He didn't put his foot in the sink. I saw in one video his foot was in the sink. He was standing on top of the joint.
Hey, I got some stuff, bro. I be forgetting about it. Like, it be small parties like that were massive in the moment. And now they done slipped my mind because it's been
you had a million other shit.
It's been so much other shit, bro. Like that's a normal night for me, bro. Like that is a normal night for me, and it's like I don't even like the thing about it be like I don't even actually get to enjoy the parties most of the time because I'm working. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's just another job for real.
So we talked a little bit earlier about your network and the support in which you have. So when you were named the number 3 HBCU DJ in the nation, how did that make you feel? Because I remember the campaign. I remember you walking down Brown Street with the hand cards, handing them off to people. You was texting people. You was posting every day. It was a point. It was like the top 3 DJs was all from the AUC, and you was number 1 for a minute there. So talk about that and how that support made you feel, and why you think that support happened for you.
Facts. So I honestly, like, first and foremost, just gotta say thank you to everybody who even took the time to listen to what the fuck I had to say, because I was going so hard with that shit. Like, it was very easily, like, that I could have been taken as a nuisance, or that I could have been like, damn, like, I mean, that people could have been like, damn, like, bro, like, shut the fuck up. But it was never that. It was like, shit, let's go. Like, you feel me? And so I always appreciate that first and foremost. But outside of that, man, the support that I received throughout that campaigning process was just immaculate, bro. Like, over 20,000 votes, you know what I'm saying? People came through and voted consistently, like, for 30 days straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just spoke to me so much. And even with us fluctuating from 1, 2, 3, like, going up and down the battle, like, it was very competitive, bro. Big ups to my dog, TM. That's my brother. That's my dog. I love that dog like a brother to me. Like, we work together every day, you feel me? But folks don't know that, like, all the DJs on that list, you know what I'm saying, I'm pretty much tapped in with to some degree. Others, that might have been my first time meeting them, but we tapped in, you know, after that. But I say all that to say, like, bro, it was all love, though, you feel me? I also had to kind of, like, note it to myself that, like, even with me being ranked 3, like, going from 1, 2, 3, like, being, you feel me? I also had to just appreciate the fact that, like, people really support me enough to go hard for me the way that they did. Like, you feel me? Like, that shit was just crazy. It was genuine. You feel me? Like, it was just like, I don't know, bro. It was just so appreciative. I mean, of course, that's my platform right now. You know, top ranked HBCU DJ, number 3 in the nation. Like, that's pretty much a part of my, like, branding right now. But at the end of the day, bro, like, it's all God for real, and it's all just my support system, dog. I wouldn't be shit without people who looked at me and thought that I was somebody, because there's days that I wake up and I don't even feel like that, for real. Like, just being honest.
Well, nigga, that's why you here, because you the shit, man. So, you've had a lot of parties, a lot of moments, a lot of times in DJing and music, period. So what's your favorite moment so far in this journey that's gonna be around for a while?
I thought I was prepared to answer that question. I still, bro, I don't really, I mean, the first thing that always come to mind when I think of just my personal favorite, Rico de Mayo was just a special experience, bro. Like,
oh, bitch,
it wasn't.
Shit.
I've been in front of larger crowds. I've been in front of, like, packed houses and rooms and buildings, stadiums, all type of shit. But that one little pool party, that shit was special, bro. Like, it was a lot of fun. it was also the fact that like people were there to celebrate me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like people were like really pulled up. Like granted, I ain't even invite half of y'all for real because I didn't want it to be this big. But y'all pulled up anyway and was like, "Fuck it, we here." Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, damn, I ain't gonna tell y'all to leave. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like damn, like that shit was tea.
Yeah, bro.
I made a lot of new
Parker.
friends.
I put up with Parker to that bitch.
Yeah, nah, that's bro. That was a humble experience for sure. Like, outside of that, I can say.
And this nigga did that shit finals week, I think, or some shit like. Boy, it was school was wrapping up, and we was at this nigga party like wasn't shit happening.
Like, well, shit else going on in the world, and they wanted me to run that bitch back like every weekend for the month of May. Like everybody was in my phone, like, can we get another pool party?
Yeah, if we did that shit at your apartment again, your ass would have been evicted.
Would have been out of there. I ended up moving out a couple months later anyway. It didn't matter. But
fuck it.
But yeah, nah, probably Rico de Mayo, man. I would say the next like craziest party that just went crazy every year. And you know it was wild. Like I actually didn't DJ this myself, but just kind of speaking to the experience. Toga, bro. That motherfucking went up every year. I ain't gonna lie. Like Toga,
oh God, boy.
Toga was one party that I always knew I was gonna be able to enjoy myself.
First of all, I'm gonna get Rico to send me the picture, but this nigga had a crown with magnums
boy,
around that bitch.
Shit, boy.
And when he, and no, it wasn't no one night shit, boy. After that party, this nigga Rico had that bitch in the back of his car, not in the trunk, nigga. I'm talking on the back little console where the speakers at. Everybody saw that bitch for the next couple weeks, boy. But yeah, Toga was lit.
Hey, that's funny, man.
So
that was actually my homecoming crown.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was actually my homecoming.
I just remember the goddamn condom crown. That shit was hilarious.
Hey, man, look.
But beside the point, you talked a little bit about Toga. So I know Dos Diaz did that, and Dos Diaz was part of the reason you got your name from trying to call you Ricoville, and you was like, fuck that and shit like that. So how did your relationship with Dos and other DJs that came before you in AUC help you to grow as an individual and as a DJ?
Man, first and foremost, bro, I wouldn't be shit without DJ Dos Diaz, dog. Like, that's just that.
Those
like,
Diaz come on the show.
Definitely got to get you in this spot, my boy, because, man, like, that dude, bro, like, one of the most humble dudes, one of the most humble legends I know. You feel me? He not gonna speak to his accolades. He not gonna speak to his impact, but his work speak for itself, bro. Real genuine dude, dog. I ain't never had like nothing bad ever came up between me and like I love that dude, bro, for real. Like that's somebody I consider a big brother, a mentor. You feel me? He really introduced me to this game, no cap. Like, and really didn't teach me shit about how to DJ. Like, really
yeah,
just
you said you
me,
had all that. He taught you the business, right?
He taught me how to conduct my, like, really how to just do this shit, bro. Like, those, like, we would mix and have sessions and shit. Like, you know, like, I'd be a fool to say, like, he ain't never taught me, like, never answered a question I had or never, like, showed me how to do something better or, you know what I'm saying, impact the way that I DJ. Yeah, of course. But I'm talking about, like, the fundamentals and shit, I kind of was already kind of in the groove of teaching myself. So by the time I got to him, he taught me how to turn that into something. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He taught me how to not only know how to do this shit in my room, but know how to do this shit out. I never forget, bro, the first day I came to campus, me and Dose had already been locked in, texting over the phone, you know, shit like that. I ran into him like, bro, you Dose. We get to rapping and shit. So I invite him back to my room. I DJ some shit for him on the spot, just like, yeah, bro, this is what I can do. He like, okay, cool. That Welcome to Atlanta was that night. Me and my whole team, he got us in free. It was like 5 of us. He put us all on his list. We was in that hoe. He let me host a little bit. And that was the night that he basically was like, he put me in front of my class. It's like, this, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be y'all nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And so with him just giving me that little endorsement, and then me just always been around and just kind of like, man, after that, bro, that was it, dog. Like, from there, it was Murder, She Wrote. And then second semester, I finally started, you know, publicizing my skills as a DJ and putting myself out there. Started doing parties. The second basketball game that Clark and Morehouse played each other at Morehouse.
Yeah, I remember that.
I did an after party for that. Pretty much was booked every week since. And
Rico was gonna be at Greymont, boy.
Every fucking time somebody had something at Greymont, you know they put me on that So Graymont played a huge part in my coming success because I'll never forget, like, I ain't even had all the DJ equipment. I ain't had no speakers. I ain't had no microphone. I just had a board in my laptop. I was like, fuck it, we gonna make it work. And we did that shit, bro. Like, we made it work. I'll never forget. Shout out my boy Showtime Brando. He hosted my first couple parties. We was a little duo for a minute.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that next though.
Yeah, facts.
All right, so like you said, Showtime hosted your first couple parties. I know you work with Aaron from DC. I know you work with my boy Juice on the Loose. So just talk a little bit about the hosts you've worked with over the years and how it's only been like 4 years, 3.
Yeah, 3.5. Really.
All right, so in the past 3.5 years of you running shit, tell me about the hosts you've worked with and how they have affected you and how you worked with them.
Shoot. So me, like, I came in as a host, so my respect for the host has always been there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, hosting pep rallies at E.E. Smith.
That boy really did his research. That's crazy. Definitely appreciate you for that, bro. But the host, right? So I always had like a strong respect for the host because I know like that's a unique talent. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody can just pick up that mic, know what to say, how to say it, cadences and stuff like that. So coming in, the first person that I really saw having the AUC on the headlock was Aaron. Aaron from DC, bro. Like,
Aaron was doing that shit every weekend, every
Bruh.
time festivals, all that.
I gotta give him his props, dog. Like,
Nigga got a weird ass Waffle House order, but the rest of it was cool.
First person I really seen do that hosting shit and have it in the chokehold out here is Aaron. Rewind. The campus culture in North Carolina, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna speak to that real quick. I gotta give these boys their props too. DJ K Grady,
Okay.
DP the MC,
Okay.
Jazz City,
Okay.
and bruh, like, I always tip my hat to these dudes. I ain't no hater, dog. Like, you feel me? I don't believe in that shit. I always give credit where it's due. They really showed me, like, and we still talking about the presence of a host. How K Grady and DP the MC work so closely together, and just, you know what I'm saying? How they complimented one another, little shit like that. Like, it was like, damn, like, that's how this shit supposed to look. Like, you know what I'm saying? So now I came to college and I saw that within Dose and Aaron, within their combination. It was like, damn, that's fire. You know what I'm saying? My personal goal, though, was to never need a host.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother story. But I mean, granted, I always love working with a host. But my thing was, if the host don't show up today, we still have that same experience. You know what I'm saying?
Because I remember I showed up to a DJ battle you did, and their compliments to you were you were the first nigga to pick up the mic, and after you picked that bitch up, everybody else tried it, but they wasn't you.
That happens, bro. That happens, bro. That's why I said, like, with this hosting thing, like, and really just DJing too, bro. Like, it come with a certain aura. You know what I'm saying? It come with a certain ear, a certain eye. Like, you feel me? Like, type shit to where anybody can call themselves a DJ, but the real gonna separate themselves all the time, bro. Like, that's just, I'm sure anybody else would say that about their craft. You feel me? I'm sure anybody who made beats would say that about producing. Like, you feel me? Yeah. Like, vice versa. So, yeah, bro. Like, that really, it set me apart as a DJ because historically, you know what I'm saying, DJs, they had a host, but, you know what I'm saying, DJs had a DJ hosting presence as well. And so I just wanted to learn how to, you know what I'm saying, be as close to my roots as possible in terms of the experience that I brought to the people. You know what I'm saying? I wanted them to be able to, like, yo, the DJ, he did this, that, and the third, whoop, 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 whoop. And it, you know what I'm saying, it worked out. So, yeah, that's pretty much.
All right, so you spoke about that. Let's step outside of your DJing just a little bit.
Yeah.
So I know you originally started as an artist, and the first story I want you to talk about, I heard somewhere else that you was throwing concerts in the 3rd grade, handing out little notes and shit, telling niggas come to the.
Oh God.
So talk about your rap journey from then to getting hella views on SoundCloud early before the DJing. To now you dropping music on Apple Music. You just dropped a track with Yada the Golden Child that you was featured on. So just talk about that evolution of rap.
Man, I started writing music in 3rd grade. soon as I figured out I had the gift, I ran it up. Like I was like, oh yeah, it's my new little thing. Like I can rap. Like y'all want to hear me rap? Like you know what I'm saying? Like that was my shit. So I learned I can rap by writing poetry.
Okay.
I was writing some poetry for my class. We had to do like a rhyme, like a little poem type of joint. I had a fire-ass little verse that I had wrote. That shit was fire and made me a little beat to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit was hard. And then my teacher
So
just...
you was one of them pencil on the desk ass niggas?
Bro, anything music, bro, as a kid, I was doing, bro. Like, as a kid, my peoples bought me, like, a drum set for Christmas one time. Beat a hole in that bitch. Like, I swear to God, like, I always been... Like, whenever I never forget, one of my close friends, God rest his soul, my boy Mason, his mom always talk about when we were in Head Start, like we would be in the parade and stuff, like just on behalf of the Head Start, just little kids in the parade. And I would always be like messing with the band. Like I wanted to be where the band was at. If the band wasn't there, I didn't want to go. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so it's just always been in me, bro, like that music, dog. Like music. Like I just love it, bro. Like from making music to DJing music to like any end of it, bro, writing music, like I always kind of had my hand in the pot, and I always was a little accelerated in that space. Like I kind of knew something even before I actually knew anything, you know what I'm saying, or was taught anything. And so I said I had to say, man, started rapping early on. I was doing concerts in like 3rd grade all the way kind of up until like at least 5th grade, like at least all the way throughout elementary school. As long as we had that little stage outside on the playground,
yeah,
we was doing it. I was doing step shows, concerts, freestyle battles, whatever it came to play, bro. You can ask anybody who went to Union Elementary School. I don't know what year that was, but circa whatever point I was in 3rd, 4th grade.
So we would have been in 3rd grade around 08. Around 08. We the same age around 08.
Around 08. Okay,
that might be 08 would have been 2nd semester, 3rd grade, I think.
That boy smart as hell.
Yeah, so
I guess so. It was circa 08. That's what we gonna go with.
Yeah, 08.
So yeah,
something like that.
Was doing that early on, bro. Like that was my presence. You know what I'm saying? I was always a kid who kind of had that. Then I got to middle school. I made my first like click. You know what I'm saying? Basically.
Tell us about that, man. About you, cause didn't you buy your first phone off that or iPod or something?
Facts.
Off a talent show.
I'm gonna tell you two sides of it. So before I moved to Fayetteville, I had a click. My school was called Union, so we went by Union City Goons, UCG. UCG, and it was another part of us too. It was like 2 cliques, like we came together. You know what I'm saying? But basically, like I was the youngest nigga in the clique, but basically calling the shots, moving shit around. The ones who wanted to do music, we was doing music. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always kind of been that guy. Niggas knew if they wanted to rap, they would get with me. You know what I'm saying? Because they knew, shit, I'm going to figure out a way for us to get some recording. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and my homie used to figure that shit out. To even performing, like, in small little venues and shit like that. So that was that. Then I moved to Fayetteville, middle of the year, 7th grade. So now my whole shit changes around. 8th grade, I'm a lot more acclimated at the school and shit. I decided to do their talent show. So I do their talent show. I win first place. I got like $100. I took that $100. I bought my first straight talk phone, and I just kept that phone on until I could upgrade it into an iPhone, and then it just kept going from there. So hell yeah, bro. I performed in my 8th grade talent show. Won the talent show to buy my first phone, cause shit, my people couldn't. You feel me?
It like that.
It was a little expense at the time, you feel me? And so shit, I was like, well, let me just figure out a way if I can just win this, get the phone, then I just gotta keep the phone on. So I just made it work. And
Straight
then,
Talk was like $45
$45 a month. Still is to this day. So I mean, hey, you can't really beat it.
Hey man, I didn't got past Straight Talk, but hey man, I was trapping off the Straight Talk for a minute.
I was off the Straight Talk for too long.
Yeah, so keep going. 8th grade, we 8th grade talent show. From there.
Yeah, 8th grade talent show. My bad.
You good, bro?
8th grade talent show, went federal. I actually had performed a remake of what song is that by J. Cole? Might be Grown Simba. Yeah, Grown Simba by J. Cole.
Okay.
I had remade that joint. I still remember the song to this day. I never recorded it. I just went out there and performed the song one breath. Killed that motherfucker. And won the talent show, man. And the rest was history. At that point, the whole school knew, like, oh, yeah, that nigga.
He that nigga.
He do that shit, yeah. sure. I mean, they already knew I made like I said, bro. Like at that point in time in my life, bro. Like outside of me just being, maybe a student athlete, music, bro. Like rapping, motherfuckers knew. Like you gonna get a 16 bars out my ass for sure. I can't even freestyle no more. That's the funny part. Like I used to freestyle all the time, just like do that shit, and then I let it go. Now I just kind of play around with the freestyle. I can write my ass off though.
I feel that.
Like,
I feel that.
yeah. But
All right, so moving into high school, I know you was very active. You was four-year varsity starter, SGA president, SGA vice president, all that shit. So just talk a little bit about your high school, and then we'll move on.
yeah, facts. I mean, high school was a fucking field day for me. That was when I really developed into my leadership, developed into my character for real, and really just understand how to differentiate. My home street shit, what I'm saying, from my school professional shit. I looked at school like that was my business, what I'm saying? And that's why I was always the leader of every fucking thing. 'Cause I looked at it like it was my business. I treated it like it was my business because I knew where it was going to lead me to, you know what I'm saying? So I just played the game for real. Like, everybody that knew me knew who I was inside and outside of school. They knew what to expect from me in them halls and, on the campus, and they knew what to expect from me in the streets outside of school. So it was a cool little balance for me, bro. It was, I got mad love and support. You know what I'm saying? Like I really stood on everything that I ever said I was gonna do for the school. Like, I really stood on all that. But at the same time, it just felt good for me to just be able to be myself, who I am. They know who I am. They respect who I am. They know where I come from. They know where I'm trying to go. You feel me? Like all of that is phenomenal, bro. Like when you just got that support. And so that, my high school experiences, bro, they really just showed me I can do anything. You feel me? Like, ain't nothing I feel like I can't do now that I, went through those experiences. Had I went to any other high school, I doubt I would have those same experiences.
All right, so I know you were big in Fayetteville, so and you work a lot with mentoring people and stuff like that. So I know you worked with the city of Fayetteville for a summer. So how did that work? How did you do that? Coming from Morehouse and going back to Fayetteville to work.
Yeah. It's crazy. I actually came back after my freshman year. I was going home because I didn't have an internship lined up, and I didn't really have anything exciting. And you know how the culture of Morehouse is. Where you go? I'm at Amazon. I'm at Google. I'm here. I'm there.
Oh, he been there too now. Amazon offer secured. You feel me? We're gonna talk about it, but keep going.
So I didn't have this is pre-Amazon. This is all that. I didn't have that big stamp name behind me. I didn't have no internship opportunities. I didn't really have much lined up, man. I wasn't really happy with my first year experience at Morehouse in terms of like my academic performance, other social.
We got hold in college algebra. Beside the point,
bro. All that, you feel me? Like it was just some BS, bro. My GPA wasn't where I wanted it to be. You gotta understand, I was coming from being the number one, basically top guy in my school, never for academics, but you just gotta understand, like all of us were that guy coming into Morehouse. Like we all was that guy at our high schools. We all was that guy in our city. But coming into Morehouse and having to deal with that for the first time, just my personal performance and expectation for myself just changed because a lot of things around me, like some certain things motivated me and other things turned me away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I had to reform my identity of myself at that point. Like it was just like I had to kind of make some decisions that was going to determine my future, how people were going to look at me in the long run, even from me starting and rebranding myself as a DJ, like just little stuff like that. I just had to make some pivotal, decisions at that point in time. So I said all that to say I went back home, after that freshman year, literally got a phone call one day and was like, we got a position for you. We want you to intern with the city of Fayetteville, pretty much just working with kids at a summer camp, helping merge some opportunities for them and stuff like that. That was a phenomenal opportunity. It was that internship that made me realize that I was studying the wrong things, though. I was a business major prior to that. Okay. And so, and during that internship, I was a business major. And it wasn't until I came back for sophomore year that I changed and became a sociology major. But it was me doing that internship that kind of brought to my attention a little bit more about my purpose, a little bit more about my calling in the long run, grand scheme of things. Like, I really care about people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really give a fuck about people. I care about your well-being. I care about, people in general, bro. I want to see people doing well, especially my people. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so with that being said, it kind of got some wheels turning within me and just got me to thinking differently as far as, how I could utilize my impact and my skill set in other areas. And so sociology just was a perfect fit in terms of just understanding, society and systems and economics and how those things play in and You know what I'm saying? Understanding the difference between regions and race, and all of that just kind of was important to me. And even through my music that I applied to, I know how to go in a room and read the room. You know what I'm saying? Like I know, all right, cool. This room 35 and up. I don't need to play nothing new. You know what I'm saying? Like
Sure.
little stuff like that. Or if I do play something new, I know what genres I need to hit, like or not to hit. Like just little stuff like that, bro. And it's like, that's what kind of keeps my excitement with this shit, because it's like I can mix a mixture of my love for people and my love for music through what I do.
All right. So
Yeah.
so with the knowing different rooms, I know you work with other DJs at times. I've literally seen you on a party flyer. It was like I got the third floor, he got the second floor, and shit like that. How do you, as a person that studies people and understands people, how do you decide this is what I'm gonna do at this exact moment, whether it be a transition that they not expecting, or it be he done played 3 songs that was my hitters, but I can't bitch about that and bring these hoes back.
Facts.
So how does that work? How do you just you adjust, because you adjusting your set every time because it's a different set. How do you do that? How do you bring that out of you?
Yeah. Believe it or not, bro, a lot of the shit that I do in the moment while I'm DJing is off the top of my head. Like it's just how I feel in that moment. You know what I'm saying? After a while though, like you understand the dynamic of a party, you understand the dynamic of the club, you understand the dynamic of particular events, right? And so after a while, you just begin to kind of know what to expect internally, and give them what they aren't expecting. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's really one. You gotta give them what they want and what they didn't know they needed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
'Cause they want what's new, they want what's hot. They didn't know that if I drop this Crank That Soldier Boy or some weird, like, you know what I'm saying?
They needed that Jeezy in their life.
Yeah, you feel me? Like whatever it might be. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know they needed it, but they turned up when that shit came on. So I don't know, bro. It's really like a feeling, bro. Like it's a feeling I can't explain. It's like
It's just got to be in you. You got to be born with it. That's what he's saying.
type shit, like almost. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but I really don't know. I don't know how to explain it, bro. I just know. I know what I be looking for in them. I just gotta find it. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like when I walk in the room, the energy's already there somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I gotta create it over here and do a little bit of like it's like you cooking up a recipe, bro. Like I don't know. I just be putting my little seasonings on that hoe, and that bitch just be good.
I feel that. So you've been growing, and not just as a DJ, but as a person. And I know right now you're working with Vivid Rich. Can you talk to me a little bit about that? Some of the artists y'all got coming, and what you do over there, basically.
For sure. Shout out Vivid Rich. Shout out Vivid Rich Music Group. I'm head A&R Vivid Rich Music Group, studio manager for Vivid Rich, and I also run our intern program. And so essentially, Vivid Rich is a full creative design studio. You can go there and shoot music videos, production shows. Like Rico Nasty came and did her Jimmy Kimmel set there. You can also come and do, recording for your music and stuff like that. And I mean, big names come through there all the time. Future and Euro Gotti just came and did some work there a couple weeks ago. Rico Nasty, like I said, she came and spent some time with us for her Jimmy Kimmel performance. Yeah, bro, that's pretty much that, man. Like, it's a phenomenal place, though, man. If you ever in Atlanta and you're looking for a place to maybe shoot videos, do anything creative, tap in with us. You can find us at Vivid Rich HQ on all platforms, and Vivid Rich Music Group on all platforms as well. Make sure y'all tap in with us. We always looking to work with new talent. Shout out to my 3 artists. We got Maryland, Truly Maryland, on all platforms. Make sure y'all go follow her as well. Coming with some very, very, very raw, just raw, real, little nasty, just a little bit of everything. But she showed like her lyrical ability, her work ethic, all of that is so crazy and phenomenal. She's working on a big project right now. So that's going to be amazing. I'm just really ready for the world to, see her and just kind of like grow to love her, because it's going to happen.
Come on the show. I want to interview.
We going to put you on. Maryland is going to be one of your first stops. So the next artist is my boy King Ant. King Ant, young dude out of Broward County. He going to have the young audience and the ladies going crazy just because of his sound and his energy that he brings, man. Very lively dude. Fresh young nigga, man. And he's actually the first person that I met from there. You know, his uncle is one of the owners of the spot. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's family ties for him. It's a little different. And so I say all that to say, man, he was at the studio my first day there. I was there just DJing something for somebody who booked it out. You know what I'm saying? And so I run into him. We get to chopping it up. He introduced me to some other names, Dre, Cash, Rory. Shout out to the team. He started introducing me to the folks or whatever, and, you know, we just locked in. It was good business. Our last artist, King Tomorrow, straight out of Memphis.
Memphis, man.
Memphis, man. I'm talking about for real, man. He the truth, man. Like, for real, though. Like, my dude can rap. He can sing. I'm talking about he can go from Chris Brown to Bryson Tiller.
And you said King
to
Tomorrow.
To Duke Deuce. Yes, that's King TMRW. King Ant is at King Ant 945 on all platforms. And then lastly, Truly Maryland. That's Truly Maryland with 2 N's. MARALYNN. Truly Maryland on all platforms. Make sure y'all go check out.
All right, for sure. So that's Vivid Rich. That's. I mean, I ran through a lot of stuff. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Anything else you got? You got coming? Anything you got in the works?
Man. So next week I'm gonna be at Fayetteville State University for their rodeo week. It's about to go up. So shout out to them, man. The home team, Fayetteville State University, bring me back to the city for a week. You know what I'm saying? To come do what I do what I love. Outside of that, Rico de Mayo coming up soon. We will have a day party for 420 if anybody watched this before then. Just stay tuned, man. We always working, man. New artists, new music. Any new artists, if you got artists you're working with, if you got suggestions of artists to work with, whoever popping in your city right now, send them to me. Let's work. Let's figure out something. My biggest goal right now is just breaking artists and just getting new music out to the streets, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like me as a DJ and the platform I built over time, like that's now my, you know, I got to do my due diligence, you know what I'm saying, to those guys and ladies too who trying to get into this industry and get into this game, bro. I feel like DJs, we still the gatekeepers, bro. It's just up to us to do the work, you know what I'm saying? And so I say to say, artists, make sure y'all tap in. Definitely got development packages for artists going right now. Any promotional packages y'all need, y'all got some new singles y'all pushing. Like I said, all the packages are on my page. Make sure y'all tune in. Appreciate you again for having me, bro.
All right, so the last thing before we get out of here.
Yep.
Who are your biggest music inspirations?
Mm-hmm.
And who are your best? Who's your top 3 favorite artists ever? So biggest music inspirations.
Music inspirations?
Yeah.
If I could just 5 or less, okay?
Okay, yeah, 5. You can give me 5. Go ahead.
I mean, just because my shit be rambling. Like, I envision myself to be a mixture of, like, Diddy, Khaled, or Drama. More, like, really a strong mix of both of them because they kind of got 2 different styles.
All right, so we calling that 1 or we calling them 2?
I'm going to just, like, it's 2. It's 2.
All right, for sure.
So, Diddy, Khaled, Drama, Jay-Z, and Master P.
Okay, for sure. So all bosses.
For sure.
All right, and then your greatest artists.
Greatest artists. I ain't even gonna say greatest. I'm gonna say personal favorites.
All right, there we go. Personal favorites.
Personal favorites. It can.
It's very subjective.
It's super subjective. Because this is what I struggle with as a DJ. What I like personally and what I have to like
play.
You feel me? So, my personal favorites. I mean, just one personally. J. Cole, of course. Duh. That's gonna happen.
Yeah.
My second, I would say. It's hard. It's hard trying to pick 3.
You got 5, dog. You can give me 5. Go ahead.
J. Cole.
Just so don't nobody feel, you know.
I'm gonna just say who was like most influential to my personal experiences coming up. J. Cole, Meek Mill, 50 Cent, Lil Wayne. Oh, damn.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Wayne, one of the hardest ever, bro.
Lil Wayne was my favorite rapper, like, growing up, period.
Oh, for
like,
sure.
No question, that was my favorite rapper. And that 5th person, who I'm going to say?
I was going to be upset if you hadn't said Wayne, though. So,
Oh, yeah, nah, Wayne definitely in there. Who else would I say, though? Shit, I can't even think.
Come on, bro. You got to have one last person, man. It's nothing. You ain't got nothing.
It's just so.
It's
many,
gotta be.
bro.
It's names running through your head.
I gotta pick one.
Just,
it's so many.
just they not gonna be mad, bro. Just say whoever it is.
I mean, I literally don't even like. I don't even be like getting caught up into like my personal. I try not to be too biased with music, but
all right. So since
I'm trying to see who my fifth person would be though. I don't even know.
All right. So who's hot right now, and then we'll get out of here.
Right now.
So who's in your playlist right now? That's just.
I'm gonna say somebody who most people probably not even listening to yet. Big Yavo, boy.
Okay.
If Big Yavo not in your playlist, you tripping.
For sure.
You honestly tripping. Big Yavo going crazy. Of course, my artists, I'm listening to them a lot right now. Pooh Shiesty, of course, Dirk. Baby got the game in the chokehold. I think that just goes without being said.
Oh God, boy.
Shit. Who else I'm listening to right now, man? Really, bro. Everybody hot to me, dog. I ain't gonna lie. Like, shit.
All right, man.
I mean,
since Rico want to be political today,
I'm just saying though, like I was just making a playlist on my way up here because I'm trying to get into playlisting more, and so I was making a playlist on my way up here. Like I'm really listening to a lot of shit right now, like no cap, like. But in my daily rotation, who I'm gonna just tell people to go check out, man, go check that Big Yavo out. He going crazy right now, straight out of Alabama. The Alabama market is crazy. Rollo, no cap, of course. I'm fucking with.
Peasy.
Yeah, literally. So.
So as we leave, man, you just dropped a bomb on us that you're doing playlists now. Where can we find the playlist at?
We starting with Apple Music. I'm gonna try to start getting them into other places.
So is DJ Ricoveli on Apple Music?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And like the playlist I'm making right now is actually for the rodeo week that I'm about to do at Federal State to prep them. But excuse me, one thing I'm trying to get into more now is doing the playlist, dropping mixes again, and just doing DJ shit.
Oh yeah,
so,
man.
So
Rico with the crazy mixes. He's bringing back the paid in full intro.
You feel me? Nah, no kidding, man. But look, appreciate y'all again for having me, dog. It's definitely been a pleasure. Appreciate you, bro, man, for just being amazing at what you do, doing your research, bro. That's always important. I really felt like you knew more about me than what I could probably tell you today. So that's lit,
man.
Bro. Definitely appreciate that.
With that, I just want to send you out on a clap, man. And with that, we out.